guys, how you doing today? So, for all of you that you have a website, a funnel, or you want to start a blog, you need Google to like you. And you need to learn basic SEO strategies. And first of all, you need to know how SEO works in order to optimize your site to rank in Google and be seen by your people, by the people that you are targeting. So I put together this quick presentation for you with things that I learned when I got certified for copywriting, for SEO copywriting. Also, I learned those things from HubSpot and of course from SEO Started Guide from Google. And I put them all together a little bit cleaner for you, just so you can understand a little bit better about SEO and how you can optimize your sites. So that is for those of you that, maybe you want to hire an SEO expert and you want to, if you're like me sometimes, I want to hire someone to do the job for me, but I don't completely trust them until I kind of know what's going on. So that would be for you. And if you are someone that just wants to create their own site, this will help you as well. Feel free to take screenshots, and actually I will add the link to this presentation below. And now, what you will learn in this presentation. First of all, we will learn what is SEO, why it's important, a basic glossary so you can understand the vocabulary of SEO, how do search engines rank your content, how do you determine authority, how to create an SEO strategy, choosing your KPIs and your goals. This is mandatory and very important. And how to measure your website's SEO authority once you have completed everything. So what is SEO? SEO is the acronyms for search engine optimization. And this is about making minor modifications to parts of your website. If you view them individually, these changes might seem incremental improvements. But if you put them all together, they could have noticeable impact on your site's user experience and performance in organic search results. That is the awesome thing about SEO, guys. There's no ads, there is no paying anything. It's just simply leveraging Google's algorithm and how Google's work in order to rank in it, in order to be seen. Organic, I love it. Let's see how SEO used to be. In the early years of SEO, search engine algorithms were simpler. And practices like keyword stuffing were standard and used often. That doesn't happen anymore. It's prohibited. But as search engines became more sophisticated and they evolved, their algorithms became more intelligent and more adept in serving users with more relevant content. And that is actually Google's and any search engine's goal. They focus on their users, on the people that search. They want to optimize their experience and give them the best experience by showing them the best results. And to do this, they've made their algorithm smarter with a more innovative algorithm and competition than ever before. And SEO helps you stay competitive. SEO today. When doing SEO today, you need to balance focusing on the user and making it easy for search engine to crawl your website. So what does that mean? And I added a resource for you at the end of this presentation on how to create a buyer persona avatar. That will be your ideal client, because this is who you're trying to serve, okay? And if Google is focusing on the user, then the more relevant your content is to a specific type of user and it's understandable by Google, it's easier for them to crawl your website and show it to that specific person. You can have the best content on the web, but nobody will know about it if your website isn't optimized for search engines. Understanding even just the essential to-dos and not to-dos of SEO could make or break how your website is found when someone is searching for a specific keyword. So, why is SEO important? In today's digital landscape, getting found online is more important than ever. We all know that. And especially if you see how video is growing so rapidly and everybody has migrated towards creating video content because of the million of daily views, right? But you can also do it because there are all these people that they're all over this Facebook Reels and all this social media. They're using Google as search engines daily. So if you have your website, your funnel, your blog, whatever that is, if it's SEO optimized, you have access to everything, to everyone. It's so important to be able to be found organically. Users are more discerning than ever about the content they read and the websites they choose with whom to interact. With almost as many websites as people on earth, getting noticed has become quite challenging. The climb to page 1 of search engine results is getting tougher. Okay, so be advised, the same SEO strategy won't provide the same results for everyone. So if you are an SEO copywriter and you had a client that was a law firm and you were writing their blog or their social proof or their reviews, the same SEO strategy is not going to work if you're working for a medical office or if you're working for a marketing company. So you need to make that very clear. Ranking signals affect different sites in different ways and depends on the website's area of expertise, its content strategy, and even the types of searchers it attracts. Remember that SEO isn't a short-term tactic, it's a long-term strategy. That's why blogs, they say it takes so long. Yes, but it's so worth it. It's not like a video that you can just shoot it and suddenly go viral. It's like that reminds me a little bit of the lottery, you know? But with SEO, if you do it correctly, it's a long-term strategy that once you get ranked and you're out there and you raise your authority and your content is relevant, you will passively on the back end generate leads daily, hourly. Like, this is the different one that might be like a gamble, and the other one, SEO, is a strategy that it can be fruitful for years to come if you keep it up, of course, right? So it can take weeks or even months to start seeing results. Ranking organically takes time, so it's important to start as soon as you can. And as I say again here, remember, it's a long-term process. Many marketers, entrepreneurs, even business owners get discouraged when they don't see immediate results. So if you have clients that they're business owners, you know that they are ROI driven. They want to see results. They want to see growth, leads, income, revenue. That's what they want to see. They want to see numbers. But when you first start, you need to tell those clients that it's going to take some time because you need to optimize your strategy. It's not one strategy fits all. They have to understand that. Okay? And that would also give you the advantage of having some more time to figure out the strategy that is best for that specific client. So sticking with SEO has so many benefits. Not only it is more cost effective than other strategies like paid advertising, but it has a snowball effect, what I was talking before earlier. As you invest over time by regularly creating and optimizing content, your site becomes larger and more authoritative and therefore more likely to rank. This effect only continues to build over time as your growth compounds. It just requires a little bit of knowledge, a solid SEO strategy, and sticking with it. Consistency is key. So according to HubSpot research, I found these percentages here. So the majority of online experiences involve search. 68% of online experiences begin with a search engine. 53% of all website traffic comes from organic search. That's actually pretty cool. 3% more than paid advertising. 93% of global traffic comes from Google search, Google Images, and Google Maps. To fully understand the importance of search, first look how the internet works. In its simplest form, the internet is a massive collection of pages connected to each other by links. Here is a short glossary of important terms used in this guide. So, index. Google stores all web pages that it knows about in its index. The index entry of each page describes the content and location of that specific page. To index is when Google fetches a page, reads it, and adds it to its index. Crawl, the process of looking for new or updated web pages. Google discovers URLs by following links, by reading sitemaps, and by many other means. Google crawls the web looking for new pages, then indexes them when appropriate. Crawler, automated software that crawls. Automated software that crawls pages from the web and indexes them. Googlebot, the generic name of Google's crawler. And this Googlebot crawls the web constantly. SEO, as we said before, search engine optimization, the process of making your site better for search engines. Also the job title of a person who does this for a living, aka me. So let's see how search engines rank your content. Google cares, a little tip here, about EAT. As we care about food, it actually cares about expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. If a page has low EAT, you can bet that it won't rank for many high-value keywords. It is a great guiding principle when it comes to both SEO and the creation of excellent high-quality content that helps answer all solve searchers' questions or problems. Going beyond that, there are countless tactics and strategies when it comes to SEO, and it can be hard to tell which will work for you. As we covered already, it's a long-term process and there's going to be some trial and error. So, find, analyze, and rank. How do search engines rank your content? The key to getting your content to rank well in search is to clearly understand how Google finds, analyzes, and ranks your content. Google determines ranking based on high-quality content and backlinks. Getting your content to rank highly in search results depends on improving discovery and relevance by creating high-quality content on the topics you want to be known for, and building authority by getting lots of high-quality backlinks to your website. How can my content rank in search? Build discovery, as we said, crawling, and relevance is indexing. By creating lots of high-quality content on the topics you want to be known for, and then build authority by getting lots of high-quality links in your website. The 3 stages of ranking. First is discovery, relevance, and then authority. Those are the 3 stages that cover how search engines work in a nutshell. And each of these 3 stages correlates with an action that search engine takes: crawling, indexing, and ranking. Step 1, discovery stage. Search engine bots discover your web page by crawling it, which really just means they discover your web page and takes a note of all the content within it. Pretty simple. Then the relevance stage. Now the search engine bots, the Googlebot, decides how relevant your content is by indexing it. Okay, it's trying to understand it, what's inside your content, how relevant it is. Once it discovers your content, it decides how relevant it is to certain search queries by indexing it, based on signals like keywords within the content. Step 3, authority stage. This means building enough credibility through backlinks and other factors that search engines consider your site authoritative enough to rank high in search results. Authority directly impacts ranking strength. Alright, so how do we determine authority? Basically, the content is talked about a lot, is referred to a lot, and is shared in other works. Backlinks to build authority. When you're writing, this is a tip that I noticed it worked, and I use it with all of my copywriting clients. When you are writing your blog or article, make sure to hyperlink text and redirect it to authoritative sites like Indeed, HubSpot, Quora, Wikipedia, whatever is relevant, or wherever you get your sources, to raise credibility and authority. Discovery, relevance, and authority are dependent on one another. That is very important because you cannot have one and not the rest. You cannot rank if there is no discovery, no relevance, or no authority. If your website isn't authoritative, then it has little chance of ranking no matter how relevant it is. If your website can't be discovered in the first place, it has no chance of ranking at all. And if your content isn't relevant, then it has little chance of ranking no matter how authoritative it is. Does that make sense? So they all correlate with one another. They depend on one another. So now that we know the basics and how Google works, how am I going to create an SEO strategy that is going to work? So HubSpot recommends that in order to have a healthy SEO approach, you need to balance building relevance and authority. So your SEO strategy will depend on several factors. How established is your business online? Resources do you have to dedicate to SEO? And what industry are you in? Remember, with SEO, your website needs to be able to be crawled and indexed by search engines first before you can start creating content. Then you need to have compelling content before you can start optimizing it for keywords. So there are specific steps you need to take. Make sense? First steps. The best start is to take a moment and think about your business. First, is my organization well known? If yes, okay, then you don't have to spend a lot of time in order to build authority and focus on defending your position by creating relevant content. More content equals more backlinks. Is your business creating a lot of content but not getting many links? That means you haven't built authority yet, and all the content you create will not really help. Try to focus on more relevant content and build links to it. Share your content to social media, drive traffic to it from Pinterest to YouTube, because they're both are used as search engines, right? And YouTube, it is part of Google. And don't forget to always keep in mind your ideal client. If you want to build relevance, you need to know who you're talking to. Don't forget to always remember to add backlinks to authoritative sites to boost credibility. When sharing your content, remember to always have your ideal client in mind to increase the chances of shares and interactions. And that is what we're striving for to gain authority. Choosing the right KPIs and goals. An SEO strategy has website goals and established KPIs. The next important step of creating your SEO strategy is determining your goals and establishing KPIs. By setting goals and putting numbers to those goals, you'll be able to figure out whether your SEO efforts are actually paying off. Many businesses will simply say, we want to rank number one for this keyword, but that isn't quite enough. And that quote is from HubSpot. So first of all, we need to create SMART goals. SMART goals, as most of you know, are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Make sure your SEO strategy doesn't have any hazy or unreasonable aims. Clear objectives should bind goals to those objectives, right? Based on your website's authority and the resources you're allocating to SEO, they should be attainable and practical. They should also have a deadline, which is crucial because SEO is a protracted process. Since it may take some time before you start to see results, you must be careful and realistic about what you can accomplish in a specific amount of time. So you cannot really tell your client that you will rank in 10 days when most likely you want that Google bot is not going to be done indexing your website yet. So KPIs. KPIs are a crucial part of your SEO efforts. Here are some indicators to consider: organic traffic, keyword ranking, conversion rate, bounce rate, page load time, and backlinks built. Once you know your goal for your website SEO, establishing your KPIs will be much easier. And now you have your goals and KPIs to guide you and help you measure your success. So you know where you're going right now. You know that if I don't achieve this number by the end of the month, then something is not going right. Then you have to change your strategy. Maybe you have to optimize your content. How to measure your website's SEO authority. So measuring authority comes down to link volume and quality. And let's start with the backlink profile. What is my backlink profile? So it's simply, first of all, a backlink profile is simply a list of all the sites currently linking to your site, including how they're linking to it and which pages they're linking to. What does a backlink profile measures? It measures the number of inbound links to your website, unique domains that link to your website, and the quality of those links. Now, you will need some tools to analyze your backlink profile. Although you can analyze your backlink profile manually, there are tools available that can aid you, and they are inexpensive and well worth the investment. Some of them you can find with free trials, some of them they have paid version. It all depends on what you need, and you can always start with a free trial and see which tool helps you the most. These tools also come in free versions, giving you a decent high-level overview of your backlink profile. I have added everything in the resources. You will find the slide at the end. So you can use a service like Moz to find backlinks to your websites, chances for link building, and links that can harm your authority. Other premium programs such as SEMrush, I actually use SEMrush, Majestics, and Ahrefs perform comparable tasks. So now let's conclude with resources and tools. If you would like to get certified in SEO, you can always go to HubSpot. Just click there, sign up, and you have many types of certifications. One of them is SEO, and you can get a deeper dive on learning about SEO. Google SEO Guide, Moz, SEMrush, Majestics, and Ahrefs, whatever you need. These are the tools for the backlinks. Just check it out, whichever works for you. Buyer persona, that is from HubSpot. They have an amazing blog with free guides and templates, and also a tool to create your own buyer persona. It's amazing. I use it all the time. And then Google Keyword Planner. So you can optimize your blogs and your websites with keywords. Inside Google SEO Guide, you will find the Webmaster Guidelines and sign up for Search Console. What does that mean? Webmaster Guidelines is for building a Google-friendly website, as told by Google, and who better than Google themselves, right? So there is no guarantee, they say, that the crawlers will find a particular site. Following these guidelines, though, can help make your site appear in search results. So it would be smart and advisable to check it out. And then Google Search Console provides tools to help you submit your content to Google and monitor how are you doing in Google search. So you can always sign up, and the link is right here for you. All right, how was that? So I hope with this presentation you found some value and you got your first understanding of SEO and how Google works and what is the target, the goal of Google. Because when you understand how internet works and how people find your information, how they're gonna find your website, your site, right? You will better understand how to optimize your site and to make it user-friendly, Google-friendly, and search-friendly. So let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. Feel free to drop them below, leave a comment. I will put the link to the presentation exactly in the comments with some more resources. If you'd like to follow for more trainings, please ring the bell, ding, 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 ring the bell, and subscribe to the channel for more future trainings.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant day.